Recording started. Red dot confirmed.
The impact of AI ML on software industry. If you ask me, I mean, what was promised by AI, the boom of AI, but is not delivered, I guess. What do you feel? What is your take on
But
this?
maybe you can elaborate a bit, like what was promised, as in.
I
I
mean,
think it has done tremendous advancements. I heard Akshay. You had a good conversation with him about this, and what he mentioned is, in fact, he was not so. He was a bit skeptical about what it can deliver, and I think the kind of data. I think GPT 4.0 now it can basically even create a video for you, like a short 10 second, 20 seconds videos. So a lot of those jobs are those who are into content creation and advertisement, for example. There is a good enough threat, but yeah,
there
maybe
is good
you can
enough.
elaborate.
Yeah. In content creation, I mean, writing articles and
Mhm.
uh, designing, I guess, all those sort of jobs are under threat, is what I feel. But there were talks of ChatGPT replacing a teacher for you, replacing a coder for you. Only three people, running the entire company, and those sort of things were not delivered. Uh, it,
May happen in the long term. We don't know because it's still.
true,
It has
true,
already done so much in such a short span. Like the kind of things it is able to do. I
right.
think Chat GPT specifically was introduced when 2023, okay,
Mhm.
somewhere during 2023. And
Right.
oh no, I think it was Microsoft Copilot that I'm talking about, because because within Microsoft ecosystem also there's something called Copilot. I'm not sure if you have heard of it. Like
Yeah.
it's an
I
yeah.
used it. I used
Okay,
it.
great.
I used many AI tools from Microsoft, particularly in designing, like designing YouTube banners and all. So Microsoft Designer app I used. You can generate your own image
Hmm.
and all. I guess, yeah. So uh, every ecosystem now, even Adobe or
Yes.
everyone is coming up with their own AI products. So I guess in that sense, it has stirred the market.
Hmm.
That many new products are coming up, and most of them are AI driven. So it has
Yes.
given kind of that boost to the software industry. But tell me more from software a developer's perspective. How good are these LLM models in coding? Like you talked of GitHub Copilot, I guess.
Copilot.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
uh, is it good enough to? Does it give you a good enough code, or do you have to debug a lot compared to
Uh,
the code you
it
yourself have?
I think it again, it depends on the kind of developer you are, like how good you are at giving a prompt, because that's eventually is going to matter. Like if you are not so good at, say for example, even before the advent of AI, like if you're looking for something on Google, but you don't know, you're not able to come up with the right set of words to look for that, you'll never get it.
Right.
So it's eventually the prompt that you are using. So I think nowadays, because before using GitHub Copilot, we were, as a developers, we were constantly thinking, what should I write next? Now I'm constantly thinking, what should be my next prompt? so
Okay.
so yeah, I mean, it's getting used to that new way of developing things. So it will not
So
pretty much develop, it will develop everything for you, but I mean, not the entire project. Like for example, specifically, say for example, I'm working on something now. I want to, okay, let me give you a specific example. So recently, I was, this is just pastime, it's not related to my work. So I thought, hey, I think I can leverage GitHub Copilot to develop a small application that will allow my friends who are like into political predictions to enter their prediction for the upcoming Maharashtra elections. So it's simple app that will just ask each user to log in using Google credentials, and upon logging in, you just have to enter your predicted tally for each party, uh, and at the end, you just save that in the database. And on 23rd, when the election counting will commence, and in fact, when the election counting will be done at the end of 23rd of November, I'll just run a job that will go through each prediction for each user, and then the person who is closest to the actual tally will have the highest ranking. So to develop this without the help of GitHub Copilot would take me at least 4 days if I just do that. But with GitHub Copilot, I mean, I had a clear picture of what I need to write. I just had to give right prompts, and it came up with it. So basically, you're literally saving, I would say, 80% of developers' time. So if earlier I was spending 100 hours, now I'm just spending 20 hours writing that entire application. So it's that. I mean, it's a huge thing from the developer perspective. And then after that, you have to maintain a documentation. So imagine this is a real project, and customer is asking you, of course, or your project demands you to document the whole thing that you've developed. Now you can literally ask. I don't even remember doing any documentation after AI has arrived. Like, there's no need. You can just ask AI to document everything for you, which is amazing.
Right. Right. I mean, true, but I see so many videos online on YouTube that they say that you have to you will find many bugs in AI written code, and it will whatever efficiency it provided by giving a code in say 5 minutes uh, will just go away because you have to get rid of all those bugs, right? So that's that. And
Yeah.
my personal experience late in my career, I started working on you know on codes near to the hardware, which are still not that good uh, given by AIs. So I guess that part is still because obviously because software industry, the IT related codes and software related codes are pretty structured, and they are available
True.
on GitHub and so on so many platforms. There are so many contributions, open source contributions by so many people. Uh, Not so much for electronics per se, or for embedded per se,
True.
or for software closer to hardware. And
Correct.
that's what me and Akshay were talking about. A very interesting thing that he told about is AI is teaching us more about human intelligence than it is
Okay.
doing. But yeah, very interesting. But do you see a real threat to software engineering jobs because of this?
No, I mean, personally, no, I don't see, because as you grow in your career, maybe for entry level job, because uh, if I'm a team lead in a service based in company in India, and I need 4 junior developers who will, but after this, now I really don't think I need 4 junior developers, because it's one thing writing a code, another thing writing good code. Like, I even I was in that phase where I was writing code, uh, but it wasn't good. I mean, at least AI is writing a better code than a junior developer, because you're still learning, right, how to write code, following all the right practices and stuff. So yeah, those entry level jobs might get reduced, uh, because once you are, say, 8-10 years into the industry, you are not just writing code, you are also gathering the requirement, understanding the business, because once you are with the customer, you have to understand the business and then try to solve that problem, and then translate that into some sort of solution and code. uh, I don't think AI is currently capable of understanding the problem. I mean, it will answer you something like, okay, you can explain that problem. Hey, my customer has this problem. Can you provide some solution? But it may not be close to what a human being can provide
Right.
at this stage. So that strategic thinking, human angle to it, it's something that's always going to be missing there, unless I don't know some some more advancements happen in that area. But yeah,
And
currently
and yeah, please, you were saying something.
no, currently uh, it's still early days, but yeah, I don't see too apart from the basic entry level jobs where you just ask a junior developer to write a module. Apart barring that, I don't see any like the real technology. If you are an architect or a senior developer, I don't see that job being replaced. In fact, it's gonna make your job a lot easier, and then you can solve your customers' problem even more efficiently.
So, what I could gather from what you are saying is it is just a tool that you should be able to use in future, right?
Yes, yes, just to boost your productivity and help you focus on things that maybe AI cannot help you with.
Right, right. But a very subtle question there, and I want you to push you on this. I want an answer because it's very important. Uh, so, what I guess students need to understand is AI can write code, so AI can very well write AI ML code for AI ML. Do you understand the difference? What I'm saying? If AI can write a code for some other software, AI can write a code for AI ML. Like if I ask to give you an example, if I ask AI to give me a code for let's say some classifier, right? It can very well write that. How much relevant would it be to do a AI/ML based 4 degree course for a student? Because everyone is now talking about like if AI is the next big thing, I will do a AI/ML based course, uh, degree course, right? Engineering, AI/ML. So that let me give you this background that there are now 4 year degree courses like we have in computer science, BE computer science. We now have BE AI/ML, right? Or BTech AI/ML. I think this is, I don't necessarily agree to this, but because even if AI/ML is the next big thing, uh, I don't think learning AI/ML to that level, because now it is in that domain where it is commercialized and very much
Yes, true.
user friendly, right? It is very much user friendly. So until and unless you want to do very deep dive or research into this AI/ML domain, because tell us more about this distinction between a software for a user and a software for a developer, right? So that's the distinction that I want to make here. Tell us more about it. For example, your Microsoft products, I use a Microsoft product, like for example, Microsoft 365, but I don't know what's going on in the background, right? But I still use it. So that is the distinction I want to make here uh, about AI and ML. AI ML is very much in the domain of being a user application kind of program than being in the development phase. What do you say?
That's I've not really thought about this from a perspective of AI, for example.
Mhm.
Yes, from the perspective of say you being a Microsoft 365 user and me being somebody who is developing things on top of M365, I can definitely throw some more light on how things differ. But from AI perspective, I don't know. I personally I don't have any opinion whether one should go for those courses. Yes, you can learn a lot about AI simply by there are those courses on YouTube where hey learn ChatGPT in 4 hours, and a lot of people will catch this buzzword like AI. I need to do something here there, but I think only certain folks will be able to make a career out of it.
Right. That's a very, I mean, peculiar point. I guess everyone should make a note of that because making a career out of something is not that easy. I mean, like you have very well mentioned that AI is a tool, and a tool in the hands of a designer is different. A tool in the hands of of say a mechanical engineer is different.
Absolutely.
So it's how you use that tool. Uh, yeah, very well said. So Rohan, thank you so much for being part of this discussion, for giving us your time.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, audience, for joining. Again, as promised, we'll be talking to different people from different fields and working in different parts of the world. So stay tuned. Thank you.